Okay, so good morning and good evening, everybody, and welcome back in today's class. Today we are on the day number 3. Date is 24th of August 2022. In the last 2 days, what we discuss mainly, or what we try to be understand, is specifically on the ITIL and the business analyst part. That what do you mean by the service management? What is practices? How many type of pillar components are given by Excelos? In yesterday discussion, we discussed about that who is business analyst, what is requirement, how to gather the requirement, not how to basically, but what are the basic model for gathering the requirement or the business analyst. Those two sessions was a base to make you comfortable in the class. Now in the 2 days we have a routine. Last week even I was not in routine to be get up early in the morning, but from the last 2 days we have a routine now, and we are in a format that this is the way that training is going to be happen with us. Okay, from today we are going to be start 100% on the service now, and I strongly recommend everybody. Okay, maybe it will take 2, 3, 4 days for you to be understand the ServiceNow terms. But later on, let's try to be communicate between all of us in the ServiceNow terminologies only. When I say the terminologies means if I say in ServiceNow this thing called as a record, then you should say it is a record only. I say this is field label, this is a field name. It's not like Atul, this is a label or this is a name, or no. Because it is very much important for us to make sure that we are using the right terms in ServiceNow, because you are the front face for a customer. If you as a consultant will use the wrong terms, then how you will make sure that your customer understand or will use the right words for you, right? So this is what we are going to be followed now. Now before we start ServiceNow journey, okay, what is ServiceNow for you? Let's discuss about that part. What do you think that what is ServiceNow? Anybody put any thoughts here? What is ServiceNow?
Providing service to an IT management.
Providing service to IT management. Okay, what else?
It's nothing but a ticketing tool or platform as a service.
Okay, ticketing tool. Okay. Anybody else? What next?
It is a software platform which is used which supports IT service management and useful in business processes.
Software platform. Okay, what next? What do you think? Jimmy, Becker, Edie, Navya, Judy, Fatima. What do you think? What is ServiceNow? Okay, leave it. What is MS Excel? Let's discuss about that. What is MS Excel? Navya, what do you think? Yes, go ahead, Satya. Go ahead.
An application, sir.
Application. Okay, what Sham, what you're saying?
Application.
Okay, Satya, what do you think?
It's tool.
Well, it is a spreadsheet application.
Okay, Satya say it's a tool. Navya say it's a spreadsheet application. What else? Tausif, Latif.
Sorry, are you presenting anything because I can't see anything on my
No,
screen?
I'm not presenting any screen as of now.
Okay, all right, thank you.
I'm just asking the questions to be getting. So
Okay.
what do you think, Jimmy? What is MS Excel?
MS.
Okay, Navya, just wait for a minute. Yes, Jimmy, go ahead.
What is what?
What is MS Excel? Microsoft Excel.
Oh, Microsoft Excel.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty much used for Um, it's a worksheet application, used to, you can use it for doing some storing information and doing some calculation with it.
Let's say,
It's a worksheet, yeah.
okay, let's
There's a
say
spreadsheet.
it's a spreadsheet. Okay.
Spreadsheet, yeah.
Okay. Very, very heavy words you're using it. Let me give you more ground level reality. Let's say you have a kid of 5 years in your house. Okay, it's maybe your sister, your own kid, your nephew, your neighbor, and he came to you, Jimmy, and say, "Hey, what you're doing?" You said, "I'm working for office stuff," and he said, "What is this?" Maybe, "Uncle, what is this?" You say, uh, uh, "Son, it is a MS Excel." Now, how you will explain him what is MS Excel? Let's come on that level of discussion. He's a 5-year-old kid. Now, do you think that he will understand the meaning of the spreadsheet? Definitely no.
No.
Then how you will explain?
I can tell him it's an application where you enter stuff and it has what is it? Rows and columns.
Okay, fine. Edu, you are saying something.
Yeah, I think I would say it's like plain paper with
Okay.
lines on it that you can use to store information like numbers, and
Okay.
you can rearrange them in different orders.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's
Good.
probably what I would say.
Okay. Good. Tausif, what do you think? And Latif, what do you think? What is MS Excel for you?
We can do arithmetic calculations, and we can do multiple tables, and we can implement some of the data to an Excel sheet.
Satya, do you think that 5-year-old kid will understand that what is mathematical or arithmetical things?
Just we can do rows and columns in Excel sheet.
Okay. Okay. Ope, what do you think? What is MS Excel? Okay, good. So I got my idea. Okay. There are two purposes of asking this question. Number one is that we as a business analyst have a lot of knowledge about the tool. And instead of understanding the customer level, we start giving them a heavy words. Let's think that 5-year-old boy is my customer. And he's asking, what is this? You start saying it is a spreadsheet, it is an arithmetic equation, you can do a lot of calculations. He got confused. This is what we BA do in the workshop generally, and we fail. Instead of understanding the customer area, we start showing off our knowledge. Now, maybe you can just analyze this statement again. If you are a 5-year-old kid and I told you, Jimmy, it is a spreadsheet. If I'm a 5-year-old, I think spreadsheet means the spreads which I put on the butter. It is spreads. And sheet means it can be done on the bun, it can be done on the hot cross, it can be done on the donut, it can be done on the breads. This is what we are feeling here. I'm not pointing out. This is the same thing I also do sometime. Because we think that we have a lot of knowledge and let's show off that knowledge in front of the customer. And also one more important point. A BA should know how much to speak and what to speak. BA never, as a good practice, BA should not give a lot of information to the customer. It will kill you. More information in the customer mind will increase your lot of troubling part. Now customer will ask, okay, tell me, GB, what is spreadsheet? Customer will ask to Satya, okay, tell me, what is arithmetic equation? Give me a minute. Why she's facing issue? That is nice. Say, guys, don't leave this chat. Give me a minute. Someone is get in trouble. Let me try to add Ola. Okay. Okay. So this is the problem which we guys face, and we do this part. Now let's come back to our agenda. Why I ask for the tool? Because if we know that, okay, what is MS Excel? Welcome, Ola.
Yes, sir.
Yep. Don't just a request to everybody. Don't leave this chat, guys, because now I'm disabling the link for joining again. Now you are confirmed students, so let's make it as a closed group so that nobody can join our group unnecessary. Okay. Good. So now what is the purpose of asking why? What is ServiceNow? So Satya says ServiceNow is a ticketing tool. Okay. Someone says ServiceNow is a tool for the IT services. Someone says it is some kind of a tool. Now, if you speak to me as a ServiceNow, I'm not an expert, I am a ServiceNow consultant. According to me, it is nothing, it is just a software. It is simple tool which we use to store our records. You can use Excel sheet as well to store the records. You can use the MS Word as well to store the records. You can use PowerPoint as well to store the records. But why or why ServiceNow? Number one, it is a different kind of a tool which help me to traverse the record. You cannot do a query in the Excel sheet. You cannot have a standard format in the Excel sheet. You cannot have a standard process in the Excel sheet. And that is the reason we are here to learn ServiceNow. Truly speaking, it is nothing. It is just a tool. It is a software. You cannot touch ServiceNow like you cannot touch MS Office, MS Word, MS Excel. You can touch mouse keyboard, but you cannot touch ServiceNow. Second point, being a ServiceNow learner here, it is no longer a ticketing tool now. It has more than that. It actually has a more than that now. Okay, so now let's come to the actual part of ServiceNow. Let me share my screen now and let's discuss that part. Okay. This is a very old slide, but let me try to give you the overview. In the beginning, when I start learning ServiceNow, Okay, let me come back here. How many of you are using or used ServiceNow in your work experience?
I used it.
Okay, now we are
I used it before.
Okay, Jimmy has used. Who else has used this particular tool? Okay,
I
Fatima
used
is
once
saying.
upon a time. Yeah,
Okay,
the past
Aman
back.
is okay. Okay. So what do you think? Because now let's come to little technical part. Yes, Edie, go ahead. Okay, you used. Okay, fine. Okay.
Well, where we use software as a service.
Sorry, when?
I mean, software as a service. We use ServiceNow.
I'm coming to that part.
Okay.
Okay, so it means that someone says, Atul, I used somewhere maybe 2 years back, 3 years back, recently I'm using it or something. Now, when you want to be open service now in your machine, do you click some kind of a, because it's in the industry, there's a two thing, thick client and the thin client, right? Thick client means the some kind of installation you have done and you click. Thin client means you just open the URL, it's work for you. So ServiceNow is totally based on the URL. There's no installation. It's not like software you have to be get into some kind of a compact disk or CD or DVD. You have to be installed next, this, and it will be done. No. ServiceNow is totally a URL based one. And when I say the URL based, it is a cloud tool. Means it is hosted in the cloud. You can access ServiceNow on your mobile phone as well. Maybe by in the next 2 days or maybe by next week, Monday, when you are able to see ServiceNow instance practically, then I will tell you guys, go and install the ServiceNow app as well in your mobile phone. And let's see, you start to use ServiceNow at that side as well. So now the question comes that what type of tool is ServiceNow? It is a SaaS. It is a PaaS. What do you think? Now, ServiceNow is neither SaaS or neither PaaS. What ServiceNow is selling, what ServiceNow is saying, it is a PaaS. PaaS stands for the application platform. They combine the two things, application and platform. Why? Because they are saying that I'm giving you some instance that is an application and I am maintaining the platform, or you can use that service as a platform. Let's say if I want to build a new mobile game, what minimum I need? I need the platform. Maybe I need the Android. Maybe I need the Mac. Maybe I need the iOS. Maybe I need the Ubuntu. Maybe I need the Linux. This is what the platform means here. Okay, this is what the platform means is there. And why application? So that I can do my work in that. Right? So that I can do my work specifically. Like if I say, what is MS Office? Atul, MS Office is a tool. It is an application which I can use to do some kind of a calculation, to store my data, to maintain my records, and all the things will be there. It can become a platform for you as well. If you want to do any kind of a configuration on the top of that, so that it become a base for you. Now ServiceNow is selling it as a PaaS. application and a platform. You can use as it is, or you can use as a platform and you can build your own part. Let me give you an example. Now, if let's say you guys are in the training. OK, the things which I'm telling you, you are using in your day-to-day life. That is the application as a service. But now if you learn from this training and you start giving the training on the basis of this training, you're using this platform as a service. Because you know that if anything goes wrong, I can talk to Atul and he can help me in that part. This is what ServiceNow is saying at point of time. So ServiceNow is a name as well. And ServiceNow is a company name. ServiceNow is the tool as well. So when I say ServiceNow, you have to be clarified. ServiceNow as a tool you're talking or ServiceNow as a company you're talking. If you get a chance, let me start a trend now. OK, so every day I'm giving some questions and I'll put one person name who will take a note of those questions and he need to be put the questions into the WhatsApp group. And you have to be work on that questions. So let me start from Satya. OK. So Satya, note down the today's question and after the class you can put on the WhatsApp chat. And let's try to get the answers as well, guys. And one more thing. So as I say in the beginning, like I'm as a teacher now. I can ask these questions in any of the day in the upcoming classes. It can be tomorrow. It can be day number 40 as well. So be prepared and we have a regular tests. Friday, 15 minutes, 20 minutes I will be spending on that test. I'm putting in the questions and you have to be answering the chat window. So that I should know that where are you at point of time. So Satya, the first question for you, maybe you can take a note, is that you guys have to be read about the ServiceNow history. That how this company has been started. Who is the founder of this particular company? And what is the vision of ServiceNow at point of time? Because these are the questions is required for a business analyst. It happened with me. I go to a workshop and customer asks, OK, tell me what is ServiceNow? I said it's a tool. He said, I want to know about the ServiceNow as a company. It was a new time for me. I was a new joiner in the ServiceNow world. I was not aware about these things. And he explained to my manager that you send me a resource who don't know about the company, how you're selling the product. Because that person is from a management background. That is the reason we have to be understand. So ServiceNow is a cloud-based company that provides software as a service and a platform as a service. Now is a company that provides application platform as a service. Second point, which I say, it is not a ticketing tool now. Ticketing means you're not using ServiceNow just for maintaining your incidents. No. Now it is more than that. It has a ITSM. It has a ITOM. It has a ITBM. Maybe in tomorrow's class when I start picking up the ServiceNow capabilities, ServiceNow product, then these things will be more clear. These are the different products of ServiceNow. When you say ticketing means you're talking about the ITSM. When I talk about the discoveries, CI, CMDB specifically, I'm talking about the ITOM. When I talk about how to run a project, how to get a project, what is portfolio management, what is idea, what is demand, what is innovation, I'm talking about the ITPM. When I say that a service need to be compliance on the ISO standards, ITIL standards, telecom standards, network standards, insurance standards, I'm talking about the GRC. Nowadays, a company provides service to their customers. Like you purchase a washing machine from a company called X. And if you have an issue in that washing machine, you will going to raise a complaint on that particular side. How you'll be getting an engineer at your home? There should be some mechanism. That is a part of the CSM and the FSM. So now keep it very clear in mind. It is no longer a ticketing tool. If it is a ticketing tool, I must say it is very easy for everybody to enter into the ServiceNow. When I joined in 2014, when I started 15, I started my journey in ServiceNow. That time this line was very true. And even in the job description, it is mentioned ServiceNow ticketing tool knowledge is must. But now it's not the case. Okay. Then I'm coming to the same point. It is just not a just ITSM tool. You think what you want to be achieved in ServiceNow. Automation you can do. Machine learning you can do. Predictive intelligence you can do. Artificial intelligence you can do. NLP you can do. Machine learning you can do. DevOps you can do. Discoveries, infrastructure maintenance you can do. Change, incident, problem, request, these are the very common. You can still do, you can do. Your end-to-end project management you can do. Process optimization you can do. Now you think what you want. ServiceNow has in it. So it is no longer an ITSM tool. I'm not selling it. It's not a sales pitch. But I believe that if I'm using a tool, now this tool is going to be bread, butter and jam for everybody. We are going to be earned on the basis of this tool. So we should know this tool very clearly. And it is not a snow. It is ServiceNow. Call it as a SN or ServiceNow. Don't call it as a Snow, because Snow is a separate company, a different company who has a different kind of products. So stop calling it Snow going forward. And so now this is typically SaaS and PaaS based platform which provide the computing development and environment. So you can use. So now let's take example of Gmail. Everybody is using Gmail. I'm using Gmail as a service, as an application service. I can be using Gmail as a platform service. But I cannot modify the Gmail. I can change the theme, I can change the color, I can make a labels, that's fine. But I cannot develop anything else on the basis of the Gmail. This is what ServiceNow is overriding now. ServiceNow say use me, take me. If you want to develop your own application, you can develop it. We will see that how I can build my own application in ServiceNow. Okay, this is a second point for today's question. So take a note. Everybody need to be think about a very mini project which you want to build. Maybe gym admission, maybe school admission, maybe clubhouse booking, maybe party invitation, maybe school test, maybe class test, maybe parking, maybe security, anything which you think. Think for a small, very small project which has 4, 5, 6 attributes, and you can use that.
Atul, sorry to interrupt.
Yes,
Can you repeat your question?
Okay. So the question which I have is, now you have to be start thinking about the mini project. Because from Monday when we start on the table level discussion, then I will tell you guys, okay, go and create a table. You should have something. So maybe you can pick up, Atul, I want to create a small table or small project in ServiceNow for the parking. I want to make a project on the school admission, hotel management, class test, online training. So multiple things are there. You have to be think. Like from in my almost every batches, I give a mini project to everybody. Because you guys are seeing from the last 2 days, I'm taking the attendance in the Excel sheet. And it is a shame for me. Why? Because I'm using ServiceNow for 7 years now. Still, I am not able to make any good application in ServiceNow so that I can take a records in the ServiceNow itself. This is Excel sheet you can see, right? This is what? Agenda, attendance. There's a one more Excel sheet is there that is includes my financials. Now every day I keeping yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. This has been done or not. You should think, Atul, can we build something for you? A small application you can use in ServiceNow. You can maintain your data in ServiceNow. Let me think. Let you think. So now a small project we will do. Let's see how much we can push. This is the second question for today's part. And this is what the ServiceNow says. And I love these words. It's the red color words are totally given by ServiceNow. It's not written by me. ServiceNow give you the power to make work better. Yes, this is what I experienced. So employee work the way they want, not how software dictates they have to be. You are using Gmail the way Gmail defined it for the usage. This is what ServiceNow is saying. I'm giving a software. What you want, you can build it. If you want, you can make a small application in ServiceNow to maintain your day-to-day routine life, your checklist kind of things. And customer can get what they need when they need. And this is what they call as a smarter way to workflow. And ServiceNow use a tagline, work for better, work for everybody. Something is that they'll be using it. Work for world. Why? See, this word has a very powerful meaning, and that is they're saying it's a trademark. Because in ServiceNow, you can do everything in a workflow. What is workflow? What is flow chart? In computer class, when I started my MCA, the first day in a MCA class, the first question, the first chapter says flow chart. Flow chart means a systematic graphical representation of the completed work, and ServiceNow using it as a workflow. World of what ServiceNow say? Workflows is a ServiceNow. You think you can do in ServiceNow. Maybe now you're saying, Atul, come on, be practical. My 8 experience, 7 experience is saying this thing to me. I see a progress in ServiceNow. From ticketing tool to a big ocean, I see ServiceNow progress. Okay. So this is a small introduction about ServiceNow. You can get a lot of links. Let me see. And if you want to read about ServiceNow only, better you read on the ServiceNow website or ServiceNow docs. The best place to get your knowledge about ServiceNow. docs.servicenow.com. There's a one more website. I'll show you when we get an instance. I'll tell you. See, this is what the ServiceNow documentation. I was telling you, right? It is someone said that it is a ticketing tool. Let me show you what else ServiceNow has in bucket. See, these many products ServiceNow giving. So if on the high level you think that in a column 1, I have a 50 records. These are the 50 records. Then more than 200 records, so 200 products ServiceNow giving to us. This is the power of ServiceNow. This is ServiceNow at point of time, my dear friends. So if you say 1, 2, 3, almost I say 40, 50 items in a single row. Sorry, in a single column. So if 50 into 4, 200 products ServiceNow has. You think, you do it. If it is not available, you can still build it. You can still build it. That is, it says platform as a service. What you want, you can build it. Okay, try to read this link today. docs.servicenow.com. Go and see what they are selling to us. Okay, or if you want to go about this, little bit view about the ServiceNow website. We should know our product. Nothing to be hide here. We should know our product. See, 7,400 enterprise customers. NHS, Vodafone, Alliance, BT, AA. Because it's open the UK. Let me see if did they have anything for the India as well. No, they don't have India. Now you can see. 7-Eleven, Deloitte, Reach. You see, you think, and you will get it. Lot of things we are going to be discussed in the upcoming days, guys. Okay, let's come back here. Everybody clear till this point? Let me come. Any doubt, any question you think that it is good, bad, or you have some more clarity, or you need some more clarity? Aman, Bakar,
I'm
Jimmy,
fine.
Satya, ED,
Yeah,
Shyam, Mukesh.
Yeah, you are saying that it is a cloud-based
Yes,
platform.
it is a cloud-based platform. Correct.
Slide 2-minute concept of cloud-based platforms only.
Okay.
What are
okay. You are using Gmail, right?
Yes.
Okay. So when you use the Gmail, did you install Gmail software in your laptop? No.
No, I directly open through internet also.
Web browser.
Explorer or Safari.
From the web browser, right? Yes. This is what the cloud based. No need to be install anything. Just open, get a link, and use it. So it means their infrastructure maybe the way they're maintaining their hosting, not on the mainly physical parts. They're on the cloud one. Their host is on the application hosted in the cloud. The actual data center, the actual physical structure is also available, but the hosting is done on the cloud. It is something I can understand. It's something new concept for you. Maybe let's see what do you mean by the cloud hosting. This one. Cloud hosting application. So like if I say normal, let's say I build a website, okay, and I want that this website is used by my team here in the group. You cannot share the website link with everybody unless you keep that in the internet. Now, if you find some issue, what to do? You open the Google and you start searching or you start writing that part. From where the website's information is coming, because that are hosted, they are staying in somewhere in the cloud. They are staying somewhere in the internet, and that is called the cloud here. And this is what ServiceNow say. Cloud means you are not need to be install anything in physically on your laptop or desktop or your mobile phone. You have to be access that tool via a normal simple link, which is available or which is hosted in the cloud side. Physical servers are there, physical infra are there, but actual hosting is done on the cloud, like Microsoft Azure, Google, AWS kind of things. Okay, so that is called the cloud hosting specifically. Okay.
Okay.
Any other question, anybody, guys? Tausif, Latif, Fatima, Ope, Ola Davis, Judy, Navya.
Yeah, no question.
Okay, good. Maybe
I have
if,
no question.
okay, if you don't have any question, you can put this react option as well. Maybe clap, maybe hands, that thumbs up kind of thing, so that I understand you get these things. Okay, now let's come to the next part. ServiceNow history. Like, we have a history from where our origin has been started. My parents belong to this city, their parents belong to this city, they belong to belongs to this city or country and all the things. So in the same manner, ServiceNow also has a history. Okay, like iPhone. What is the current version of iPhone is available in the market? iPhone 13 Pro, if I'm not wrong. Everybody say, hey, I want to get a iPhone 13 because that is the latest version. Again, now come to the terms. In the same manner, we are using the different version of ServiceNow. And these are the versions name of service. Now let me put one more here. Now read about this slide and tell me your observations. Take a few seconds.
Yeah, versions is related to the name of the cities in USA.
All in the US, are you sure?
I'm not sure all
It is
USA.
according to the
Country.
ABCD versions.
Maybe for every quarter they are releasing the new versions with different city names in different countries, which are in different countries.
Think you are a business analyst.
Except 2014, 16, and okay, 14 and 16. Every year there are 2 versions.
Every day they're releasing some versions. What else? This is the first question I ask in the interview. When I take interview, I ask these questions so that I should able to know that how much you know about your tool. Okay, so ServiceNow releases the version. Now see, as I get matured in this training, the same way ServiceNow also get matured in their work. Now ServiceNow has a very fundamental principle. Okay, what this says that guys, I am going to be release one version in every 6 months. So now if I go back here, if you notice from now here, and if you go to this part, sorry, or this part, maybe up to this part, you will find a kind of a order. January, July, January, September, March, September, January, September, March, September, March, September. This is what they are following it. Like iPhone has a principle. Guys, every year one product, one version need to be released. ServiceNow say I'm very smart. I can release a new version in the 6 months. So latestly, approximately on the 4th of August, ServiceNow released the Tokyo version for the early birds. It is not available for everybody in the market. A very few customers it is available. That is called the early bird. And now in September, I guess September 10th or 9th somewhere. I'm waiting for that dates to be announced. They're launching this version for the everybody in the market. Any customer want to be upgraded, they can upgrade it. And our training is on the basis of the Tokyo only. There is a second point. Third point. If you notice, these are the basis of the name of the cities. Maybe you see San Diego, you say Atul, it is from the US. No. So you see multiple cities, SPN, Berlin, Calgary, Dublin, Eureka, Fuji. I started my journey somewhere on this part, Fuji and Eureka. And I reach here now. Jakarta, Istanbul, Kingston, London, Madrid, New York, Orlando, Paris, San Diego, and now we're in the Tokyo. Before 2012, ServiceNow releases the version on the basis of the seasons. That is the point. I give you the question. You have to be read about the ServiceNow history, how this has been founded, how it has been started. So from 2007 till 11, they use the seasons, but still you can see there is a order has been given. 7, 8, 9, they have 3, 10, they have 3, 11, they have 3. It means they're maintaining a consistency. Now tell me what is the next version name? QRSTUVW.
Maybe Uganda.
Okay.
Ukraine. Something like that.
Okay.
I think I did it on.
Someone says the right name, but I'm intentionally ignoring that right name. I want to be listened from you guys. Let me show you here. This is the next version. Utha, then Q3, Vancouver, and 24, they have Washington, DC. Now the discussion is going on multiple platforms, on the ServiceNow community, on the LinkedIn as well. Somewhere you find that what is the next? Sorry. What is the next version name? W, X, Y, and Z. What is the name of that one? There's a lot of discussion. Maybe you will find some post on the very old post. People are saying that ServiceNow has a very good customer base or the client base in India. They should launch a version with the name of Indian cities as well. What will happen after Z? How they're going to start the next versions? Are they based on the name of the planets? Celebrities, authors, writers, magazines, again seasons. Maybe I can say 7 or 8 wonder. How they're going to start? These are the questions generally we ask in the interview. Especially I ask to make things very comfortable. But if you are going for an interview, very important point. You should know at least these last 5 or 6 sales cycles, and you should know at least upcoming 2 or 3 releases, and you should know the current release you're using, the current version you're using. Believe me, this is the first point which give a impactful on the interviewer, that you know about your tool. Okay, ji. Any doubt?
The reason behind city names?
There is no reason behind it. It's ServiceNow way of thinking. There is no reason.
Nothing related to Tokyo or any other city.
No. It's nothing like that. They think and they're using it. Maybe they're maintaining it for a long time. They're maintaining the city name, so they're using the cities only.
Okay.
Now people say, why Tokyo? Why not they use the Japan at this point of time? They're using Jakarta. It's totally based on their intention. Maybe ServiceNow have offices in these areas, in these cities. Possibly. It can be reason. So it's tough to clarify that why they're using cities only. Now the question comes, what will happen after Z? After W, X, Y, and Z. Z can be Zimbabwe. Y can be some other city. X can be some other city. But what will happen after Z? This is what the questions go in the mind. If you want, you can put on your LinkedIn. What do you think, guys? What is the next version name after W? People start replying back to you. Let's see. This is the craziness in the people. Okay, so this is the way that ServiceNow releases the versions. So now,
sorry to interrupt.
No problem. Go ahead. Go ahead, Shyam.
So
Go ahead.
what is the significance of these versions? I mean, are they upgradations or what?
Good. There are two words in this area. There is an upgrade and there is an update. What is the significant that iPhone launches a new model every year? From iPhone 4, then 5, then 6, then 7, then 8, then 9, then 10, 11, 12, 13, 13 Pro. What do you think, Shyam? What is the significant? Let's say which phone you're using, Shyam?
They update their software.
Only software.
I mean,
Camera or specifications.
And features also introduce more features.
Okay. Jimmy, you're saying something. Go ahead, please.
No, I'm okay.
Okay. Opa, you have anything to be say? You will be speaking, I guess.
Yeah, I think they introduce more softwares on the phones every year.
Only software.
They have changed a lot, like in the previous version and the Sandico, now the latest version, they have changed all the dashboard and everything. Maybe they are upgrading something.
Aman, we're not talking about service. I'm talking about from iPhone perspective.
No, there are massive hardware updates also sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Acha, so tell me one thing. What is the difference between upgrade and the update?
Like for example, in the hardware they upgrade, and in software terms they update.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
What for me, update is meant to fix some issues.
Okay.
While upgrade is like you moving from one level to the next.
I can move into the update as well.
Pretty much, yeah. But upgrade is like you're trying to change the feel or the look and feel of the application. While update is more like you fixing some issues that are known. That's the way I would look at it.
What other thing? Yes, go ahead, Ola.
Updates is when you add more information, when you put more information in, while upgrading is when you go to next level, higher level than where you were before.
Okay. Okay. Navya, what do you think?
Maybe upgrading is like, upgrading is like enhancing the features, and whereas updating is like getting the better version of the previous thing.
Good. Let me give you a clue. And Shyam, Shyam, I'm saying Satya, take a note and put this question in the today's question list. ServiceNow call these versions as a family. Okay. They're saying you are in the Aspen family, you're Berlin family, you're San Diego family, you're Tokyo family. In ServiceNow world, if I am changing the family, let's say example, when a girl get married, she go to the new house. She's changing her last name. From her father name, she start using her husband name. There is upgrade. And when she become mother, when she become auntie, when she become mother-in-law, when she become grandmother, she's updating herself. Her family is not changing. This is what the ServiceNow use. Upgrade means when you're changing the family of the version from San Diego to Tokyo, this is upgrade. But if I'm putting some patches to fix some issues in the Tokyo itself, that is called the update. Right? That is called the update. So earlier I was a bachelor, now I'm a married. It's an upgrade in my status. Now I become a father. It is an update in my family. I become grandfather. It is another update in my family because I'm not changing my family now. I'm in the same family and things are improving it. So you can put from the ServiceNow perspective and again from the interview perspective. This is the question has been asked. What is the difference between upgrade and the update? So Satya, note this point and you go and check on the Google, on the ServiceNow docs or maybe ServiceNow community, that what people say. The major difference, if you're changing the family, it is an upgrade. When you are updating something the same family, some hot fixes, some patches, it becomes the update. Now the question I pick up from the Shyam side, that sir or Atul, what is the difference or what is the significance of these upgrades here? So in every version of ServiceNow, they are introducing a lot of new things. They're removing as well, which is not in use. They're removing it. They're enhancing the user experience because it is the first time you're seeing ServiceNow. It is for me. It is 7 years. I see that what was ServiceNow here and what is ServiceNow here. For me, it is I can give you a lot of differences. That what was available in this, what is available in this, what is available in this, what is available in this. I know because I'm working, but for you guys, because we are on the Tokyo now, we will do our training on the Tokyo now. So from Tokyo, when we go to Utah in next March, then you will be able to find out. And how you can go here for the docs and check on the Tokyo release. That what is coming new in the Tokyo. You want to see? You can see here. See, these are the Tokyo, maybe releases are there. See, they're not adding here. Find what's new. I get this one. See, so now they're making that general availability will be in the Q3. Maybe in the month of September they will launch for the public, for everybody. So these are the Tokyo releases. You can see here. People like me are mad for these things. Now you can see here that you pick up the section, you will find out in which section there what changing. Do you think that Atul, this is only one thing? No, you have a lot of things. Click in this, you will find n number of things. We will, when we start the ServiceNow practice, maybe from the next week onwards, I'll give you the video link for the Tokyo versions, because from the last 3 to 4 releases, I am preparing a video that what's new in the release. I'll share one link with you that is for the San Diego. Okay, you go to that link and so that when I share with the Tokyo one, you understand that what is the difference I'm telling you. This is what what I can say significance of these versions in that part. They introduce machine learning, they introduce automation, they introduce RPA, they introduce DevOps, they introduce CSJ model, they introduce our list of dashboards, something on the technical part. I forget there's a something new they introduced. JS22 something is there, which is for the developers. I cannot understand what is that meaning, but that is for the development perspective. They remove few functionality which is not in use, which is old. This is what we are going to be discuss. In this course, I'm not picking up the old topics now, like workflow or maybe catalog, maintain item, maintain things. No, we're going to be use catalog builder. We're going to be use the flow designers. This is what ServiceNow is telling now. I was checking one training on the ServiceNow website yesterday. They're not using the old terms. So maybe I can show you something here. Like you can see like this. We're going to be skip. We are going to be work on the latest part, which is available in ServiceNow, and they're recommending to everybody to use this. So maybe I'll remove this part. I'll put something new for you guys, like ECS portal. Something new they introduce. Flow is there, workflow. I'll show you but little bit because so that we can understand the core activities there. CSJ model. Introduce approximately 2 releases back in a very wider level. So by the way ServiceNow is changing, also I'm changing my way of delivering structure as well. What is the purpose of telling you the old things again and again? Better I tell you the new things so that you can use in your next job. Shyam, clear your point now. Any doubt?
No, sir. Yeah.
No clear or no doubt?
No clear. Sorry, no doubt.
Okay, no problem.
Sorry.
No, that's fine. That's fine. No problem here. Now let me take a pause here, and we'll pick up the next part tomorrow. In the next class, we're going to be discuss about the ServiceNow licensing. But licensing is not the direct word we are going to be used. We're going to be use the word called the role. Because if I say license, people have a question how much it's charged. No idea. So we'll discuss these things in tomorrow's class very clearly. OK, before I close the recording, anybody has any last question, doubt, clarification required? Tausif, Latif, Fatima, Ope, Ola, Judy, Navya, Edie, Shyam, Yogesh, Jimmy, Bakar, Aman, and Satya. Any question, any doubt? Go ahead.
No, I'm good.
OK, Fatima, anything from your side?
I said I have no questions. I'm good.
OK, good. So Satya, just put those questions in the WhatsApp group and let me stop the recording and we'll take attendance. Aman, you have any question? You are speaking, I guess.
Yeah, Patil. I'd like to ask you that. Are there any companies who are still working on the older versions? Because we are
Yes.
going to practice in the latest one, right?
Yes.
If we go out for an interview or something, they'll if they ask us to practice on the older versions, that will be quite difficult for us. So how can we tackle that?
OK, if I practically speak, there are the differences between old and new. Like nowadays, if my experience says mainly companies are using Rome, San Diego. Maybe because Tokyo is not available for everybody, so they are on the San Diego, Rome, or Quebec. Because ServiceNow provide only N-2 support. Means up to Quebec, they are able to provide a support. But for the Paris, they will charge. These two, I guess there's some limited amount, but for this one is a heavy amount. But the thing is that as we are going to use Tokyo, and we are assuming, and this is why my experience says there's no much difference in the way of working the Tokyo and the San Diego. They enhance the feature. The benefit of that, if you're using the Tokyo, you can say that I know the latest version. Let me give an example. Like there's a concept called the flow designer. Now flow designer was launched in ServiceNow, I guess somewhere in the Rome release. Okay. Company takes 6 months to understand that concept. Now everybody is using the flow designer. And ServiceNow also recommending to go for the flow, not for the workflow now. And flows are available in the Tokyo release as well. This is no challenge, but it's a benefit. Maybe I can try to help you to find out some differences that it was available in Tokyo. Sorry, it was available in San Diego. It is not available in Tokyo. And this is what in San Diego, this is also available in the Tokyo as well. So nothing to be worried. My preference stay on the latest release. Because the time you get trained, it is available in the market. And people start using this. What do you mean by the word early release? You know, this early bird. They're the few of the customers of ServiceNow who are on the Tokyo. It's like an early bird, like Amazon Prime. You will, if you put Amazon, if you're using Amazon Prime, you will get the sale. Let's say for the all public, it is open at 12 o'clock. For you, it will open at the 11:45. This is what this early bird says. So better to go on the latest release. Because it is a future. Not today, maybe tomorrow you have to learn about the latest part only. And it is give a good picture. If you speak in the interview, yes, you know the latest release, you're working on the latest release. That is a good indication. It means you're keeping yourself up to date. Okay.
Okay, Adil. Thank you so much.
That's the thing. Okay, now let me stop the recording. I will take a quick attendance here.